This is Cole's Earth Driller, and it's a perfect set, encapsulating everything that Legacy should have been. Let me explain. As we all know, Legacy was the sub-theme of Ninjago that began in 2019 and ended in 2021. In that time, it gave us 4 set waves, consisting mostly of sets that were remakes of older models. The Earth Driller is no exception. This is an obvious update to 2013's version, which at the time was a decent set for its retail value of $20, giving us a chunky Earth Driller vehicle plus 2 minifigures to fight with. While there are some notable exceptions like the Golden Dragon or Samurai Mech, most Legacy sets were designed to be significantly bigger than their original versions, even when that wasn't really necessary. Like the X1 Ninja Charger, the original set was already a fine race car, with the awesome feature of the motorbike that launches out the front of it, and in my opinion is the best rebooted set that we got in 2014. The Legacy version, however, was significantly bigger, and I don't think it had quite the same charm that the original did. And then of course Zane's Titan Mech, another giant set, and also lacked the inclusion of a Ghost Mech, so now we have this giant mech with absolutely nothing to fight, compared to the original set where there was a decently sized Titan Mech fighting against an even bigger Ghost Mech. It was an actual battle, not just a Titan Mech fighting 2 small ghosts. For the Earth Driller it made sense though. In the show, this thing was huge, capable of holding 7 passengers and Kai's Fire Mech. Given it spent its entire existence on the Dark Island, there was no need for it to be properly scaled to an ordinary civilian environment. And while the original set is obviously comically huge compared to LEGO City builds, it was painfully small compared to its show counterpart, capable of holding just 1 character. A fine set for its time, but clearly in desperate need of an upgrade. Enter Legacy with this absolutely fantastic model. This 2019 Earth Driller is one of the best Ninjago vehicles ever made. In fact, for me personally, this is where they peaked. I've always been a sucker for good Cole vehicles like the Treadosaur and Rock Roader, and this is a fine addition to that roster. It's much bigger than the original, and yet it feels less bulky thanks to the slicker design. A design that, unlike the X1 Ninja Charger, is practically identical to its show appearance, taking advantage of Legacy's power of hindsight. These sets were designed with the show already existing, not the other way round. Although admittedly still small compared to the show version, only capable of holding 2 minifigures and lacking space for Kai's mech, this is a great vehicle on its own merit. It does everything that the original does, with the drill that can now be turned manually as well as while it's driving, and stud shooters on the side for extra defense. The whole thing just looks incredible. The designer did a fantastic job bringing it in line with its canonical appearance. It's a perfect remake that adds so much to the original model. And as well as this awesome driller, the 2019 set also did something sadly quite rare for the Legacy sub-theme. It gave us something new. A substantial chunk of the piece count for this set was dedicated to the giant stone warrior, taking advantage of the giant minifigure building system LEGO used for Captain America's Civil War's Giant Man. A much more faithful adaptation than the 2016 offering, which might as well be Kozu in prison attire. The addition of the Stone Warrior elevated this from being an above-average Ninjago vehicle set to a fantastic playset with an even playing field for the heroes and villains to fight. In fact, if you look across the whole Legacy sub-theme, there were very few builds released that captured something from the show we hadn't gotten before, the Overlord Dragon being the most obvious example of this. I wish they did more on that side of things. There was some good stuff to choose from like the Grundle, and it would help flesh out the world a bit more than simply increasing the size of existing builds. And that's another reason why the Earth Driller is so great. It struck the perfect balance. Something remade that while yes it is bigger, it was bigger because it needed to be, not just for the sake of it. And something new with the awesome Stone Warrior. Even if you had the original Earth Driller, there was something new here for you too, beyond just an updated model. Yeah, this set really is one of Ninjago's standouts for me. Legacy ultimately ended with Ninjago's 10-year anniversary, and with Dragons Rising being the main focus now, I don't see it returning anytime soon. But if it does, or something similar comes in its place, I think the designers should use the Earth Driller as the gold standard of what to strive for. The perfect Legacy set, even more so than the Monastery. This was a bit of a different video, but I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, hit that like button, and subscribe if you're new so you don't miss any of my other videos. And you can check out one of those by clicking on screen right now.